Hey guys, in this video, I will show you how quickly you can find anyone who is visiting your website at a contact level, find their email address, find their phone number, and then push it to Slack if you have a SDR team or a sales team, and parallelly run an outbound campaign in Smartlead. And this will happen like less than 5, 6, or 10 seconds. So in this video, I will show you how you can integrate Vector and Clay on your website so that you can find who is visiting your websites and then contact them directly. Well, this playbook is very, I think, necessary and very easy to set up, and it keeps on running by its own. You don't have to do a lot of things. And these are like first party signals, so the intent is much more higher. Imagine if someone, a company, a person visiting from a company with a higher intent and is planning to buy your service and has researched like 5, 6 times your pricing page or your product page, sending them an outbound or a outbound message or a call would be good conversation starter, I think. So let's start with Vector. Sometimes Vector can be tricky, so I would like to explain you how to set up your Vector. So I have created this account. It's a free account. Use like up to 1,000 credits. You don't have to get a paid plan. Just use the free plan. When you think it's getting you good results, then you can move it to a paid plan. Obviously, you have to add the script, tell the developer to use GTM or whatever, however you want. Once we have the account, the first step is going into the segment all visitors. So we are in a segment called all visitors. There are no visitors at the moment because it's a new account. First thing I would go and just change the name. Not change the name, just add a underscore over here and copy this. I will tell you why I'm copying doing this in the next steps. Copy this. Now here in the segment, there are two options. One is playbook, one is audience. Here you can see all the visitors coming to your website. So in the playbook, we have this all website visitors. So this is the only option which you get in the free account. So just, and that's enough to getting started. Then we have this some inbuilt inbuilt settings which Vector provides, not really required. You don't have to do anything. Now we have a Slack integration over here. I don't know what's the use of this. I think this is not the best way to use Slack because some of these entries might not have domain name, might not have LinkedIn profile, might not have email address. So even if you pass it to your sales team or outbound, half of the details will be missing. So instead, I will remove this, and what I will do is add a webhook, and we will use Clay turned on, and I've just turned it on. We use Clay to enrich the information, and through Clay, we will be sending into a Slack channel. So everybody has updated information. Now that's the only thing which we have to do in the settings. Now we have created this webhook over here, added the webhook over here. Now we need to create this webhook. In the integration, there is a default integration of Clay, but it really just gives you some steps and redirects you to webhook. So instead of that, I'm directly going and creating a webhook. In the webhook, here you'll add an endpoint. Just click on add endpoint. Here I will have to get a link from Clay webhook link. Mm, okay, this is the Clay. This is the webhook. It's already created, but if you have any confusion, like you don't know how to create one, just click on new table and type webhook, and here you can create one. It will automatically give you a link. If it doesn't, just click on edit source and you will have this link. Just copy this webhook URL. We have to paste it over here. That's it. Add a description, Clay plus vector. In the scope, I will select contact visited. That's it. So in the segments, I type all and add a space. It is not taking the space. It's creating a new entry. So that's why we had added the underscore. Here we have to write segment so that uh, it passes all the entry into that segment. So all visitors. It should be case sensitive. So write exactly as it is. Website visitors. Perfect. we have added over here. Now just create. That's it. So your uh, webhook is connected with your vector webhook is connected with Clay. Now all the people coming on the website will be directly pushed to the webhook. For just our understanding, we should do a testing. So click on the testing, click event, and I would select contact visitor. Give it a couple of seconds, and then just click on sample, send sample, and the entry will go to the Clay table. Let me show you the table, and then we'll hit this send sample, so you'll have better understanding of how I have made the Clay table. So this is a table which I have made. So when anybody comes on the website, this webhook will be fired. You will get the information: the first name, last name, company, location, title, full name. So full name over here, I've added a formula because by default I don't get a full name. Full name is important because you want to find email addresses, or in and sometimes some providers use full name. That's why I've added full name. Next is company domain. We get it from a vector, but sometimes it's missing. And also domain is important to enrich company, enrich profile, and also find email address. So I went ahead and created a prompt which finds if vector doesn't provide this domain, this agent will go and find domains and bring it to us. It uses all the web, Crunchbase, LinkedIn, every source is mentioned. You can just copy my prompt. It's pretty simple prompt. Just take a screenshot and ask GPT to transcript. So this will find the domains. All the domains will come over here. Both domains, I have added a formula which combines both the domain, vector domain, and which we have found domain. So I have the final domains over here. After this is a LinkedIn profile. Then we enrich the company. Enrich the company is important because you want to get the employee count, if it's an ICP match or not. That's why the employee count, the size, industry, and then there is a filter called ICP match. It's a ChatGPT prompt, where you can specify which type of decision makers you want to target. If they matches if the person visited the website and is matching your decision maker, only then it is going to push forward. Otherwise, it is going to stop. So that will come true and false. Let me show you the prompt. So you can just copy the prompt and just change the ICP with your uh, decision makers. Cool. Now, if this condition matches, it will run the other signals. We are going to signals now. If they don't match, the signals won't be run in major scenario. So right now, the first would be technology filter. Suppose if I run a workflow company, a workflow automation company, if I am finding a prospect, they should have like a HubSpot or Salesforce. These are like minimum things which I think are required for a good ICP. So it's a qualifier. So I would add this. It totally depends upon your business if you want to add or not. New leadership hire. So if a company is just hired a VP of growth or VP of sales, I want to know that last 3 months, if they are hired, I can go ahead and pitch my service. So this is a value add that way. Now this is a lower level recent hire. Example, if you have a product or a SaaS company or uh, uh, you are an MS or DevOps services. Example, you have a DevOps services. So you want to go and target the developer, and the developer is going to take it to the decision maker like a champion. That type of role, recent hire in last 3 months does very well. Then we find their work email addresses. There is a waterfall method. We have lot of multi-channeled enrichment to find the email address. And there's phone number, again a waterfall phone number to find and send it to the team. Then here, after this process is completed, we are going to send it to the Slack channel so that they have the information, and also run a parallelly an outbound campaign using Smartleads. So this is the basic table which I do it. But if you want to get a little bit creative and get more information, I'm going to show you more signals which will be like, which is helpful, but are optional depending upon your business. So another one is leadership hired, which I have already told you. I'm not going to explain again. But this is recent funding. We have a date filter. If the company is funded in last 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, you will get it over here. The amount and the date that can be added. Open jobs. If you have a product which is like selling some DevOps services and they are hiring developers in the company, good good signal to reach them out. And the last one is the headcount growth, the Hall of Famer signal, headcount growth. This is in percentage. Last 6 months, what percentage of growth it's happened? Yep, any of these signals could be added over here in the main table. Now let's run a example over here. So example, it should pop over here. Perfect. So this is a test entry. Joshua Peak, get vector, CEO, vector, find domain. So because we have the domain over here, the condition is not met. That's why our agent hasn't run. Find domain, LinkedIn profile. We have the company details, employee count, 11 to 5, 11 to 50, software development. So this is not an ICP match because it's not from like a outbound space. Technology, this because this ICP hasn't is a false. Other the technology filter, the technology signal hasn't run, and everything will not run because the condition hasn't met for ICP. Uh, Hope this helps. Uh, I think this is a very basic, very important part of outbound process where you should implement website visitor workflow, because you just have to set up once, it keeps on running, and you will have a good database. And these people or these audiences are not like a cold audience. They have been visiting your website, so they know about you. And I think little nudge or little push can go a long way. Imagine like 1,000 prospects coming a month and 20-30% conversation can be started. This will be a game changer. Let me know if you have any questions. Put in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. And if you want to create this type of table for your business, I have a calendar link in the description. Feel free to book a call and I'll be happy to make you a table like this. So, cheers.